Police will investigate the deaths of the wife and son of a Russian double agent who was allegedly poisoned along with his daughter. It was claimed today Sergei Skripal suffered a triple family tragedy in 5 years when his wife Lyudmila died aged 59 in 2012. Before his older brother passed away in Russia in 2016. His son Alexandr then died in St Petersburg aged 43 last year, and relatives had held suspicions since the deaths that they were in mysterious circumstances. The graves of the former spy's wife and son remain well tended with fresh flowers in both. Now, the deaths of his wife and son will be considered by Scotland Yard as they investigate the possible poisoning of Mr Skripal. According to the Times, Mr Skripal, 66, and his daughter Yulia, 33, remain fighting for their lives in hospital after being exposed to a mystery substance on Sunday in Salisbury, Wiltshire. And the mystery over Alexandr's death deepened today as St Petersburg's respected Fontanka news agency said it can find no traces of him dying in the city. It reported, according to our research, Alexandr Skripal did buy tickets on the Sapsan high-speed train from Moscow. Arriving on July 13th and departing on July 15th, he was with a 49-year-old female called Anna. It is not clear if the couple left St Petersburg on the planned date. As the tickets were bought about 1.5 months ahead of the trip, it is understood Alexandr died several days after his planned trip to St Petersburg, which was described as a holiday. The Fontanka report added, "As of now, we failed to find traces of him dying in St Petersburg, and according to our information, Alexandr had planned a trip to see his father in England in August 2017. He bought a ticket for a plane leaving early morning on August 8, 2017. Lyudmila died on October 23, 2012, with her death certificate recording the cause of death as cancer, specifically disseminated endometrial carcinoma. Yulia reported the death to Wiltshire Council's Register Office but also told staff that her father was a retired local government planning officer. As for Mr Skripal's son, he is said to have been killed in a car crash in St Petersburg last year, but the family's cleaner said he had actually died from liver problems. The woman who cleans Mr Skripal's home in Salisbury and asked not to be named said yesterday, "I saw reports on the news that his wife had died in a car crash. That is not true. She died of cancer that she had when they moved to England, and his son died of liver problems. So I don't know where the car crash idea came from." The BBC claimed Alexandr died on holiday in Russia with his girlfriend after being taken to hospital with liver failure, and that his family was suspicious about his death. Meanwhile, confusion surrounded Lyudmila's cause of death when neighbor Blake Stevens, 21, suggested she had actually died in a car accident a while ago. The apparent poisoning has triggered a diplomatic row and prompted crisis talks in Whitehall as the high-profile investigation enters a fourth day. Scotland Yard said detectives were keeping an open mind as to what happened, and that the incident had not been declared a terrorist incident, adding that it would not provide a running commentary on the investigation, but it has forced the government into calling a meeting of its emergency committee COBRA this morning, to be chaired by Home Secretary Amber Rudd. It comes as relations between the UK and the Kremlin soured after Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson went on the offensive in the House of Commons. Mr Skripal was convicted in 2006 of passing state secrets to MI6 before being given refuge in the UK as part of a spy swap. The former colonel in Russian military intelligence, who was sentenced to 13 years in prison, was among 4 convicts who were given pardons and one of 2 sent to Britain in 2010 in a deal that was said at the time to be the largest exchange since the Cold War. He was found along with his daughter on a bench in the Maltings in Salisbury after police were called by a concerned member of the public at around 4:15 p.m. on Sunday. The pair did not have any visible injuries and were taken to Salisbury District Hospital, where they are being treated in intensive care for suspected exposure to an unknown substance. Officers subsequently secured a number of scenes, including the Zizzy restaurant on Castle Street and the Bishop's Mill pub in the Maltings. At least 2 people left a contamination tent inside the cordon wearing protective suits and gas masks last night. People could also be seen inside Zizzy's restaurant wearing protective gear and masks.
Tell me where the freaks at.